The recent developments highlight significant progress in SpaceX's Masseys test site, as Ship 38 advances its static fire testing on Pad 1 ahead of Flight 11. The company continues repairing its Masseys test site and building large infrastructure at Starbase following an incident with Ship 36, which destroyed the methane tank farm and damaged critical infrastructure. Crews have nearly rebuilt the entire methane tank farm, upgrading storage capacity with a new horizontal tank. SpaceX is utilizing its own valve skids for both liquid oxygen, LOX, and liquid methane, LCH4, sides of the tank farm, which were first introduced with Pad 2B system and will remain essential for future operations. These skids allow for a modular design, facilitating easier maintenance. Additionally, a box fan vent has been installed to dilute liquid nitrogen, LN2, from LOX subcoolers, ensuring safe handling. Instead of having all cryo lines above ground, SpaceX now built a trench for LCH4 and LOX systems, covering these lines with either steel or concrete to protect them in case of another explosion. Only lines from the bunker to the ship umbilical structure are exposed. A new blast wall has been constructed between the static fire stand and the tank farm, serving as a protective layer. Furthermore, crews have designed a control and electrical bunker for the static fire stand, reinforcing the new methane tank farm. All lines within the new bunker will be protected against potential failures, with only the bunker-to-ship connections intact. In addition to the trench, crews have also built a new concrete fluids bunker for the LCH4 and LOX systems. This design allows for better protection and supports future infrastructure upgrades. Meanwhile, crews at B-18.1 Block 3 booster aft test have completed their 10th cryogenic test, though the horizontal actuator port might have failed, causing a jet of LN2 to vent. Recently, SpaceX rolled out test tank B-18.3, which evaluates the hot stage truss, new grid fin cavities, and forward section of the Block 3 booster. Currently, this tank is parked next to the structural test cage on the old can crusher stand. A new electrical and control bunker has been established to address past issues caused by Ship 36's failure. The cryogenic test stands currently operate on generators until the building is complete and functional. However, this timeline has been delayed due to an initial concrete pour issue. Fortunately, SpaceX does not need the cryogenic test stands anytime soon, since no Block 3 vehicles are currently completed. The new booster cryogenic test stand is ready for Booster 18 when prepared, and the ship thrust simulator stand is in Sanchez undergoing work. The umbilical for the cryogenic stand hasn't been touched since Ship 38's successful proof testing. As for the trench, SpaceX appears to have repaired the flame deflector, or is in process, but the crab stand remains unrepaired. The rest of Masseys is busy with B-18.1, which is the Block 3 booster aft test, and other work is ongoing. In terms of vehicles, Booster 18 now has its aft section rolled into Gigabay 1 on September 19 and stacked on September 20th, allowing SpaceX to complete the LOX tank of Booster 18 and move forward with the methane tank using the new integrated hot stage truss. Crews started stacking Booster 18 4 months ago, and with all changes, it was expected that this stacking would take longer. But boosters 19 and above are likely to be quicker. Ship 39 is still in the Star Factory, where its heat shield is being completed for the stacked nose cone and payload bay. It is unknown when stacking will begin in Gigabay 2. However, there is currently a test tank on Gigabay 2 waiting for a possible Block 3 ship aft for testing. The Ship 39 heat shield progress, credit CSER for NSF, showcases the current state of the heat shield. For the launch site, SpaceX has nearly finished Pad 2B. After over 18 months, shielding covers half of the service structure, and high-pressure, cryogenic, hydraulic, and electrical components are nearly installed. 4 tests with flame trench deluge systems have been conducted, including 3 using buckets and 1 using a ridge cap. To empty the trench, sump pumps have been installed to reuse water for future activations. Pad 1A features Ship 38 mounted and ready for static fire testing, but it has had 2 aborted attempts. The issue was related to a makeshift umbilical plate on September 18th, and on September 19th, it might have been a ship-related problem. Currently, there are 2 closures on September 22nd and 23rd, running from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Given the propellant load during the second attempt, crews may be preparing a 6-engine static fire to expedite flight readiness. Launch site expansion plans include adding a new water deluge system and isolation purging systems similar to those in Pad 2B, which will support the upgraded Pad 1A. SpaceX will expand the current tank farm to increase capacity, adding liquid natural gas liquefaction plants and LCH-4 generation capabilities. These additions, along with the air separation unit under construction, enable SpaceX to produce LN2, LOX, and LCH-4 on-site, significantly reducing the number of trucks needed to refill the tank farm. Currently, this proposal isn't approved due to a comment period open until September 25th. After the period, USACE will review public comments and determine any adjustments. Notably, this expansion doesn't require an environmental impact statement, according to USACE. If approved, SpaceX is expected to obtain land swap credits by early 2026, enabling construction on this massive expansion.